Is it me, or I swear, every case that deals with murder, I feel like they plead insanity? Maybe they are. A lot of people hear voices. Some people believe it, some people don't. Is it true? I don't know. But I feel like there comes a time when we have to stop this. I know that, people do go through things, but where does justice play a part? These people don't deserve to walk the regular earth no more after they commit a crime, especially murder. Am I right? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're jumping right into this one because I don't know what to think about it. I know what I think, but there's a lot to think about, if that makes sense. A lot of thinking in this one. So we have a woman who murdered her 2 children with a knife and meat cleavers. Now, very disturbing. She says she heard voices in her head telling her to kill her children. Okay. Now, after this, she flagged down the police and they went and they saw the bodies. Horrifying. I don't want to know what that looked like. But this is the hard part for them, not me. Because there are people who, they'd be like, if she was hearing voices, because that was the plea. That's what they was going with. That she was hearing voices. They believed it. Even the medical examiner said that the force of the thing, she was tiny. She couldn't have done it, which I do not agree with, because you don't know. I don't know. I just don't believe that just because she's tiny, she can't hold a meat cleaver. And unfortunately, I'm about to demonstrate what this, y'all. But do this. But nobody heard anything. So that's what they went with, that she was hearing voices. Okay, if she's hearing voices, what does that mean? Does that mean... Because I actually think they pled not guilty. She was found guilty, but I think they pled not guilty. I'm like, what? What are you going to do? What do you want her to do? Go to just the insanity... what's the place? The psychiatric ward forever? Look, my take on this is that, it was very gruesome. You murder a child, you murder your kids, and get them out of here. I feel like if my thought process went like this, the death penalty, a lot of people would get the death penalty, and a lot of people do deserve it. This woman deserve it. Them kids didn't know what was going on. She probably didn't know what was going on. But those voices in your head told you. It's just, y'all, oh my God, it's just hard to think like this because I only think about the kids. I don't know what she was going through. Now look, these are the questions I guess I can put up here. Were there any other, abuse allegations? The father is did this happen before? Obviously, if you have voices in your head, I feel like this is not the first time she's heard them. Was she getting help? Or did she ever get medication for anything? It's a lot of stuff to take into looking at this one. But the other side of me is literally just looking at the murder. This woman, literally, they say mutilated. That's their words, y'all. Mutilated. Can you imagine that sight? Nobody heard her stabbing and hitting these kids with meat cleavers. Oh my God. I don't even want to be the medical examiner on this. That is so horrifying. Mutilated. 2 children mutilated by their mother with a knife and a meat cleaver. Oh, can you imagine the horrors that went on in that? I think it's an apartment, but can you imagine the horrors that went on in there? Let's get into it. Mother used meat cleaver to kill her children, ages 9 and 7, while they were sleeping soundly in their beds. So her name is Inu. Okay, using a meat cleaver designed to cut the bones of animals. Arizona mother Yui Inu killed her 2 kids, ages 9 and 7, in a heinous 2021 murder case that wrapped up this week with her conviction. Mia and Kai Inu were sleeping soundly in their beds when their own mother came into the bedroom holding a knife, a meat cleaver, and she attacked them with it, prosecutor said Monday during closing arguments. She had to think, she had to act, and there's nothing unclear or speculative about any of that. The county jury found Inu, 44, guilty Monday of 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of child abuse in connection to a prior investigation by the Arizona Department of Child Safety and the murders of Mia and Kai, who were identified by local officials in May 2021. So they're saying connection to a prior investigation. So why was already, were there speculations of child abuse? So why were they, I'm over here thinking, why were the kids there? I don't know. I think if there's any allegations or anything, you gotta be really careful. They gotta be on it. Even if it was like a speculation, I don't think they would take the child out the home so quick, even though I think they should. But they gotta have a lot of evidence. I think they gotta have like physical evidence. But the scary thing is, even with that, like some can happen in like a switch like this did. But can't blame them, because it's like maybe they didn't have enough evidence, so there was just wasn't enough to say that she really abused them. Because it did say it was a connection to an earlier case. Now what is that? Now I'm already wondering. But I do agree, she had to act, she had to think. Now with the whole voices thing, they're going to get more into that, but it's like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. She murdered them. I don't know. Prosecutors say Inu set up on her 2 children after claiming to hear voices telling her to kill them. She called 911 afterwards and then went to flag down officers at a police substation on East Boulevard near Arizona State University. The distraught mother was primarily speaking Japanese, police said, and she reportedly confessed to the officers on the spot about the slayings. Authorities went up to her apartment in response and found the mutilated bodies of Inu's kids. She was hearing voices telling her to kill her children, charging documents said. And I didn't even remember this until we actually started reading this, that they said the kids were killed in their sleep. Maybe that could be it now. The medical examiner can see all that, but I'm over here wondering if, because nobody heard anything, a neighbor, nobody, like, how was that possible? So if it was in their sleep, did the other kid not wake up? Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to picture how fast this happened and how it happened. If she stabbed them first, so sorry, it's just so brutal, but I try to picture it and understand. I don't understand this case, mind you, but trying to like get this whole scene down. Because the meat cleaver, do y'all know what a meat cleaver is? It's a really heavy metal thing. Oh my god. If she stabbed him to death, then hit them with, it's just, I'm done picturing it. It's very disturbing. But yeah, this woman really did like murder these kids, and just because she said she hearing voices, yeah, throw her, if they want to throw her into the insane asylum, if they got those still, where the psychiatric place, if you want to go get her help, do that. But I think she can still get help in prison. Really, they don't care that much in prison. But this woman should not be let out. That's all I know. She murdered these kids so gruesomely. Oh my god. And I'm still on the fact that nobody saw anything. And I'm still on the child abuse allegations too. Inu later told police that she woke up with blood on her hands around 4:30 a.m. to find her children dead and also covered in blood near a doorway. After that, she said she took a bath and finally woke up to the reality of the violence she committed. Her lawyers claimed Inu had no memory of carrying out the killings, according to the local ABC affiliates. Tempe, am I saying, is it Temp? Police said a blood-soaked meat cleaver was discovered inside the vehicle Inu drove to the police substation. It's interesting how people say they have no memory, or this woman, has she had voices telling her, did the voices tell her to go take a bath? Because it seems like that it made us think, she just said she didn't wake up till after the shower. So you remember to take a bath, but you don't remember that you killed somebody. I don't know. That stuff is a little weird to me. Really weird, actually. I feel like, and the reason why I'm being so sarcastic a lot with this woman, because a lot of people play slow. They can easily play the insanity. She can easily go to the cops and act like she didn't do anything. Like, this is not the first time we heard of a murderer like planning and like acting like they are not here when they really are. It's because a lot of people don't understand like the insanity plea. They don't understand like mental health. They don't understand a lot of it. So of course they wouldn't really believe it, but some people really would believe it if it sounds believable. If she's saying that she's hearing voices in her head, she woke up and then she saw blood, and then she did think about it. She turned herself in immediately right after. Yeah, and then saw what she did like after she woke up, and then went to the police after this. Like, the whole story really do sound like she's not here. But how will we know? We're not in her head. So that's the hard part about this. So that's why I'm really happy they looked at just the crime. She committed this. Like, you physically walked in there and killed them. Even if she had been hearing voices, those voices, it made you do something that you have to live with forever, and you have to suffer the consequences for. That's just what it is. And they need to start doing this with a lot of these cases. Stop trying to put like, stop trying to say not guilty just because they heard stuff. First of all, anybody who commit a crime like this deserves death penalty. I'm going to forever say this. They don't give out that thing enough. First of all, don't people be on death row for like ever anyway, but a lot of these people really need to be out of here. People who murder like this so gruesomely do not deserve to be here. I don't even know how you would be able to live with yourself after you commit a crime like this. You shouldn't. This woman killed her kids. She mutilated her kids. You shouldn't even want to be here no more. That's dark. Like, that's horrifying. You have to think about the other family, like all the other family members who don't have these children in their lives no more. It's so much more than just her. That's what I'm trying to say. We are here because this woman tried to decapitate 2 souls, said the county prosecutors during the closing arguments. Beasley described in detail how Inu delivered chop after chop to the children while they both tried to protect their heads. She reportedly showed close-up photos of the children's horrific injuries to the jury and claimed their deaths were connected to a bitter divorce she was having with their father. Inu, meanwhile, was not in the courtroom as she waived her right to be present. And now I would be like, why? You did it, but I guess she didn't want to show her face. Now, if you didn't know, how would they know that they protected their heads? Their hands. They obviously must have chop after chop, beat with the meat cleaver. Their hands had to be very damaged, and that means they're trying to protect themselves. That's so sad. Oh my God, that's just so sad. Now, anyway, let's continue. Also, the thing about the divorce thing, I don't know about that, because at the same time, the other part of me, I'm like, this is a mother, but we don't call her a mother no more. You murdered your kids. This woman is like, you birthed these children. I don't know if I would say it's out of a divorce. You know, some people are that crazy. I don't know. I feel like that's just kind of, I don't know, maybe. Her attorney, Rebecca Family, reportedly said she believed there was enough reasonable doubt presented at Inu's trial for the jury to deliver a verdict of not guilty. During her first court appearance in 2021, Inu told the judge, "I did not kill anybody," through a Japanese interpreter. The medical examiner likened the amount of force to a guillotine. Is it guillotine? Family said, according to the AZ Family. She is very tiny, very slightly built woman. She doesn't have the energy, the power, or the strength to cause that type of injury to those kids. Yo, it's sometimes I feel like, how can they be how can lawyers defend these people? Because the woman the suspect, her lawyer literally said, I think the evidence will outline that she's basically not guilty. Just because y'all say that she said that she told y'all she heard voices, the medical examiner is saying it can't be her because she's too tiny, which I do not agree with. And the fact that she went to the police and told her herself. Just because y'all say she's not guilty doesn't mean she's not guilty. Like, this woman is still guilty. She still killed her kids. Like, I don't understand. I'd be wondering what do they be wanting? If she was found not guilty, what would happen? Would she walk free? Because that's what, really that's what they do. Like, they'll send her to go get help, but she would not get a lot of time. But no. How would she be able to live with herself if she was found not guilty? How would you, be able to live with yourself after you killed your kids? You are now a child killer. And I'm happy she was found guilty. Like, he literally said, that medical examiner said she's very tiny. Family noted how there are 7 other apartments in the building where Inu and her husband lived with Mia and Kai. You didn't hear from any other neighbors, she said. Nobody saw or heard anything. If they did, the state would have called them. The child abuse case that Inu was convicted of stemmed from the report made by Inu's husband in March 2021, just months before the killings, saying Inu took Kai and their whereabouts were unknown. Police eventually located Miss Inu and Kai behind a convenience store, DCS officials said in May 2021 in a statement. Miss Inu was taken to a psychiatric hospital and Kai was returned to his father. Right there, y'all. Just like this is me personally with mental health. When you see, and I know everybody has stuff they go through. Maybe it's like, if they have been in the psychiatric hospital, if they, had to get medicated. I just think that's not going to say red flag, but like something that the family might want to look into and like check up on these people because, especially when there's kids involved. But they did say that Kai was returned to his father, but there was another child still. Like, I still feel like this woman was going through something and she had some mental health issues 110%. Let me get back to it. DCS investigators said they did not observe any visible signs of abuse or neglect on the children, and the kids claimed they felt safe with their parents. The investigation did not find any evidence to warrant removal from the home. Inu faces the possibility of life in prison for her crimes. According to the Arizona Republic, she is scheduled to be sentenced of March 21st this month. I'm so happy she was found guilty because I'm tired of all of these people claiming they have some mental illnesses and they're hearing things. And I don't know, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But even if she didn't, I'm like, you still killed your kids. You can't get away with that. You can't walk free from that. And there are people who claim to be insane and have issues and mental health issues, and they get away with the murder, which they shouldn't. Because you kill somebody, you deserve to be gone. I stand by that. You, depending on the crime, if it's not like self-defense or something. But, it's not like self-defense. But if you murder like this, like the way it was just so gruesome. When it's a heavy crime like this, use a knife and a meat cleaver on your children, you can't get away with that. Her team tried. And I still can't believe they said just because she's tiny and that she said she was hearing voices means that no. They're looking at the physical evidence, which they should. The physical evidence is there. She told on herself, okay, it's like, what was that gonna do? Nothing. You still killed them kids gruesomely. And the fact that they showed the pictures in the jury room, I would not want to see that. That would traumatize me. I just wouldn't know what to do. This is sad. Those little kids, oh my God, protecting their faces. And once again, they know that because they had to have had marks on their hands from the meat cleaver and the knife. She must have been just hitting them and they're getting hit. Oh my God. That's a lot of force. That's a lot of time. Also, for nobody to hear, it's interesting. Nobody heard anything. Like, kids are screaming. So, I don't know. It's really weird. I'm up about that one, but maybe nobody did hear anything. Maybe nobody was next door or something. Sounds like a horror movie. Everything I talk about sounds like a horror movie, but this is sad. Kids do not deserve to be murdered by their parents. What do y'all think about this? I know I said a lot of stuff about the mental health thing, but that's just my take on it because a lot of people get away with crimes they should not get away with. Just because they claim to have heard things, seen things, people tell them to do things. If they say they're like depressed, or if they say they're like psychotic, whatever it is, that does not mean you should not be tried for your crimes. That's basically what I was trying to say in this, y'all. Just because you say somebody told you to do something, something's in your head telling you to commit a crime, that does not mean you can get away with this. That voice in your head just signed your ticket to jail still. That's just how I see it. So what are your thoughts on this? This is so sad. Them kids was really brutally murdered and mutilated by their parent. Why didn't the dad just take him? If he filed for child abuse against him, like tried to say she abused him, he should have just kept the son. If that was her, if both kids was his, he should have just took them both. If one of them was his, he should have just took the child. Like, I wouldn't want her to go back. But they said the kids said they felt safe. But it's so sad because it's like, I feel like if you're hearing voices allegedly, you must have heard them before. Did this just happen out of nowhere? There's a lot of unanswered questions I don't know, which I doubt anybody would know because we don't know if it's true. And that's the two sides I'm still on. If it's true, she still deserves to be, she's guilty, good. She killed her kids. But on the other side, I'm still like, well, they might be the same side, y'all, but I'm still like, that shouldn't matter. I'm happy she was found guilty. Get her out of here. I'm sorry. Get her out of here. No. They can take her to the psychiatric place and study her there, but no. She did not deserve to walk this earth. No. These child killers. Get them out of here. They're just taking up space anyway. I don't have time for this. This is sad. Those kids were brutally murdered by their mother. Did not ask for this, did not deserve this. So sad, and nobody heard nothing. So what are your thoughts on this once again? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay safe, stay aware, stay alert. Stay aware. I think I need to say that with this one. Stay aware. Look at people, the signs, your parents, your family members. Just like notice small things. And if you notice some stuff, just get as far away as possible from these people. A lot of people do show signs of mental illness, and it'll come up, and they all, like, I know people, like, it all look different, but you know who to stay away from. Just be careful. People nowadays, y'all, this is in 2021, but nowadays people are all kinds of crazy. Yes, I said crazy. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.